Okay, I'd just like to touch on co-governance, co-management and I guess co-implementation of the tank plan and what sort of shape or form that could take. So at the moment we have co-governance, or it's perceived to be co-governance under the Regional Planning Committee Act, which was, so this was an act that was drafted by Hawke's Bay Regional Council, and it enabled the formation of the Regional Planning Committee, which was 50% Regional Council members and 50% tangata whenua members representing treaty claimant groups within Hawke's Bay. Now at the moment behind Council numerous staff and various expertise, I guess, in terms of planning, policy, science and all of the things related to fresh water, including monitoring, state of the environment monitoring and flow monitoring, all of those types of things. On the other side of the coin we have tangata whenua members or treaty claimant representatives, which with various levels of expertise in their own space. Some of that expertise may not relate to planning matters or to freshwater science or to policy and rules and things. There has been a growing awareness and ability to interact within the planning space over a number of years, but what we don't have is the ability to critique or analyse to a certain degree things that come out of Regional Council at Regional Planning Committee meetings. And so one of the things that we need to look at is how do we leverage off the tank plan to get not just co-governance but co-management and then implementation or input into the implementation of the tank plan once it gets made operative and becomes a regulation. And there's different ways we can do that, but then it requires resourcing for that, and it requires different in-house expertise or bringing the expertise in from outside. So at the moment we have Regional Planning Committee at a co-governance level. We don't have co-management, I guess. We have input into the proposed tank plan, but that is sort of where it gets left. So to leverage for the most benefit for whānau off the tank plan, we also need to have an element of implementation or be involved in the implementation of the tank plan. And that can take different forms. It can be in terms of strengthening our kaitiaki role. It can be having a plan implementation pathway and contributing to different elements of that plan implementation. One of the key roles we could have is through cultural monitoring, but then to strengthen that, you need to have the ability we need to put something in the plan into the rules and the criteria around rules that strengthens the Māori value or the consideration for Māori values within the tank plan. So if we look at the moment, Council does all of the state of the environment monitoring and reporting, but they have their science staff, their water sciences and their hydrology and all of that, and it's all fine. But we have, as Māori, we have a different understanding of these things, and we probably have a different interpretation of the Western science data. Western science is in the resource management space. It's heavily reliant on trends in data, and in water flows and decline in water quality, improvement in water quality. So it's more about trends and averages and means and things like that. So what I'm proposing here is getting the whānau involved or enabled to do their own cultural monitoring within their own part of the various awa in the tank catchments. So if you're looking at doing your cultural monitoring, you're picking out your own different signals or tohu that you look to monitor, and it's the ones that are important to you. And then you can match that up with the Western science data on water quality or water quantity, and whether that is helping to strengthen the things that are important to us as Māori. And this is part of the reason why I was looking at getting a management fee or something from the water abstractors, because if they are helping to cause a decline in water quality, water quantity, sedimentation, less fish life, vastly reduced oxygen levels in the water, it's not up to the public or the general ratepayer to pay for that mitigation. It should be a cost that is borne by the people who are making a profit off that. And part of that pūtea can be used to enable the whānau to get out there and do their own monitoring of the environment and of the effects of abstraction, and then being part of the co-management, the implementation of the tank plan as well.